it all over Marlton. One more time on the count of 3, as loud as you can. Everybody listening, everybody watching. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Wow, we need that hallelujah. Let me tell you, we've been waiting for it for 40 days, but it seems like it's been 140 days that we've been waiting to say that glorious word, to say hallelujah. Hallelujah. Again, on behalf of Father Jorge, who welcomed us and lit the beautiful Paschal candle tonight, we do welcome you from wherever you're gathering tonight, whether it be in your own home, whether an apartment or a condominium. Maybe you're in a nursing home watching us tonight. Wherever you might be, in a hospital bed, wherever you might be, we're here to be with you to celebrate the great resurrection of Jesus Christ. I was thinking, probably all of us have been watching, one of the things we do, since we have so many hours in a day to fill now, many of us are, going online and looking at different stories and so forth. So probably a lot of you have already seen this, because I've read this a couple of times. It was just about a year ago, on April 15th last year, that there was the great fire in the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris. And do you remember how we felt that day? It was awful, because we were saying there will be no Easter in that cathedral. In Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, there will be no Easter because of that fire. And our hearts were broken, and we were so sad for that. Who would have thought that a year later, only a year later, the doors would be closed, not only of Notre Dame in Paris, but every church in all of Christendom. And if not in every church, certainly in almost all of them. Right here in Marlton, there's 9, I counted 9, there could be more, I hope I'm not missing anybody. There's 9 Christian churches right here in Marlton. In our Diocese of Trenton, 99 churches, 99 parishes, probably more churches than that are closed tonight. In the country, United States, we have about over 120,000 parishes and more churches that are closed tonight. 223,000 Catholic churches around the world that are closed tonight. And I'm not even counting all the Christian denominations, all the Protestant denominations, and all the Orthodox churches that are closed tonight. This is going to be an Easter that we will talk about, no doubt, for years to come. This will be an Easter that we're going to talk to our children about, and our grandchildren about, and our great-grandchildren about, this Easter of 2020. But what will we say about it? What will we say about Easter 2020? Easter of the pandemic. Will we say that, oh yes, that was the year of the pandemic. That was the year all the churches closed, all the buildings, the churches that we worship in were closed? Will we say in years to come that this was the Easter when there was just so much suffering, as there is so much suffering? Is that what we'll remember? We certainly will remember all those who have been sick by this virus, and we will remember truly those who have died. We will remember them always. This will be the Easter perhaps where we feel like maybe it was Good Friday for months and months. But maybe we can remember this Easter for something else. I'm hoping and praying that we do. I'm hoping and praying that we remember this Easter, in spite of the suffering, in spite of the pandemic, the tragedy of it all. Maybe we'll also remember the good news that we've experienced this Easter season. Maybe we'll remember this Easter for the good news of families coming together. So many families coming together, even if not in the same house. But you've been communicating with one another, perhaps talking more to each other than you have in years past. All that time together. I know for myself, I have been calling since we've been quarantined. I've been calling my parents every night. I never do that. But now I am every night. A couple nights ago, my mother even said, I hope this is going to happen and continue after the pandemic is over. But maybe this will be the Easter we remember that. That's the Easter when families got stronger and closer together. Maybe this is the Easter that we will remember. Oh yes, that was the one where so many people helped each other. That was the Easter where people were reaching out and helping people, going shopping for them, doing the groceries for them, helping people who were alone. That was the Easter when we connected with people all over the country, friends and family that we hadn't talked to for many years perhaps. That was the Easter that we reached out to one another and helped one another. Maybe we'll remember this to be the Easter when, yes, the list of volunteers was longer than the list of those who needed help. because everybody was helping one another already. Neighbors helping neighbors, people helping one another. Maybe this is the year that we'll remember. This was the Easter when we met so many of our neighbors just walking around the neighborhood. Maybe neighbors that we hadn't even known before, didn't know their names, but now we've met them 6 feet apart, of course. Maybe this will be the Easter that we can say we did that. Or maybe this is the Easter that we'll remember because it was the Easter when the world became united, like it's never been before, united. Because we know our vulnerability. If nothing else, this pandemic has taught us we need each other. Maybe this is the Easter that we'll say, wow, our faith really grew. Our faith in God, our belief in Jesus Christ really grew. This was the Easter we prayed more than ever. This is the Easter when we truly felt united to God like we've never felt before. And it truly changed our attitudes and changed our perspective and changed our values and changed the way we want to live. Maybe this Easter will be known for that. It can happen. And why can it happen? Because Jesus Christ rose from the dead, triumphing over division, triumphing over separation, triumphing over anything that's affiliated with death. Jesus conquered it, and Jesus has given us his Spirit so we can do the same. Maybe this Easter, just like the very first Easter when Jesus Christ rose from the dead, maybe this Easter will change the world like it's never been changed before, putting more goodness and peace and joy into it. It can happen. But it's up to us, isn't it? It's up to us. Just like it was up to those first disciples, that first generation of Christians. They had to take the good news of Jesus Christ rising from the dead, and they had to proclaim it. And they had to change the way they lived. It wasn't just a one-day thing. It wasn't just a 40-day thing. It was something that had to happen all of their lives. And because they did that, indeed, the world was changed. We're just like those very first Christians. We're like the first generation, because this Easter is as unique as any Easter's ever been. In fact, I say up to this time, we're as unique as the first one. And so we need to take the good news. We're challenged. We're called. We're charged to take the good news of Jesus' death and resurrection out to all the world. Here's the question. Will all the lessons we've learned from this pandemic, all the things that we friends from 1 million empty churches, the world can be changed again for the good, the very same way it was changed forever 2,000 years ago by one empty tomb. Alleluia.